Well, hi again, everyone. It's been about 3 weeks, I think, since I made the video that was supposed to relaunch my podcasting effort to friends, and I thought I'd have something sooner than this, but here we are. So here's the whole family. We tried to go on a little walk, but our little sweetheart, she got a little fussy in the stroller. She didn't want to go for a walk, not like we did. So we're just sitting enjoying the evening view out here. I'll shoot some B-roll and cut it in here so you can see how beautiful our yard is. It's come a long way since Amy became the official gardener, replacing me as the official gardener. We have these sprinklers. They're called rain trains, or sometimes different brands. They're called a walking sprinkler or a traveling sprinkler. And as the arms turn on top of the sprinkler, it moves gears inside that then turn wheels on the back of the sprinkler. So basically, you can set out a hose and then turn on the sprinkler, and it will move along the path of that hose until it reaches the end of the path. And it's kind of a nice way to water the whole yard without having to move the sprinkler around. It moves itself. So you just lay out the course and it goes. Hi, sweetie. She's starting to get interested in some of my gadgets. She likes to watch me use the iPad, and she doesn't know what to do with it, but she would. Oh, yeah, fuzzy. Not really fuzzy, but soft and spongy, funny. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. Oops. I don't think that tastes good. Do you? He wants to try another. I don't know. We have to test it again. So in the last 3 weeks, we had the 4th of July, which is always a big deal here around Huntsville. Now, last year, we got some national attention for some controversy at our Huntsville town parade on the 4th of July. These people that do a goofy float every year, and float is kind of a loose term for what they do. They always come up with some last-minute idea. And last year, they had a limousine, access to a limousine. They had a guy wearing a Barack Obama mask, and it said on the side of the limo, Barack Obama farewell tour. They obviously didn't expect him to be reelected. Anyway, they got into some hot water because some people mischaracterized in the local newspaper exactly what happened with that float. And also, it's just considered racist for anyone to wear an African American mask, even though, they're available at every novelty store. Anyway, somehow the public display of such a mask was considered grossly offensive. So anyway, this year we wondered what they were going to do, if they were going to just opt out and not be in the parade after causing so much trouble. And in fact, they were in the parade again this year. And well, I was snapping pictures, and I had my digital SLR camera that can shoot video. So I quickly switched to video mode. Unfortunately, I had a lot of manual settings on there instead of the automatic settings. So my video doesn't look great, but I'll show you what they did in the parade.
Please give a warm welcome to former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Say hello to folks, Hillary. She's killing it. Come back here, Hillary. Look, I got a question. You saw the float last year. What did you think of it?
I am sick and tired of people who say that if you debate and you disagree with this administration, somehow you're not patriotic, and we should stand up and say, we are Americans and we have a right to debate and disagree with any administration.
You are a mind reader, Hillary. Thank you. I feel the same way.
Now, the day before I shot that video, and that's just home movies, I was shooting a video for a company called Colonial Flag, which does a lot of commercial flagpole stuff around the greater Salt Lake City area. So anybody that has these really large flags, or even residential flags, basically any kind of flagpole and any, customized flags. This one company takes care of a lot of stuff. So they made a little monument to put in front of one of the local TV stations, and we went and shot sort of a behind-the-scenes video about how to install one of these, because it's a new product they're trying to introduce all around, that people could install one of these little monuments that goes around the flagpole. So we were shooting that, and at the same time, Colonial Flag had been contacted to support a Glenn Beck big show he was doing called The Man in the Moon, The Man on the Moon, Man in the Moon. And so, they wanted a lot of patriotic looking stuff around, and Colonial Flag, of course, was great for supplying flags and flags of all sizes and whatever they needed for that. So yeah, we went to this, I didn't go to the big event that Glenn Beck did, which was a big show, on stage for 15,000 fans or whatever. Didn't go to that, but I did go to, he had organized a museum, and just kind of got a bunch of people he knew and himself that had historical artifacts, and they collected them all into one big collection and set up in one of the big ballrooms in one of the big hotels in downtown Salt Lake. And so they had things like, the Founding Fathers stuff, memorabilia that belonged to George Washington, and a lock of George Washington's hair, and an actual bit of the tea bricks that were the types of tea used when the Boston Tea Party happened, and all kinds of historical American stuff going from, even the 1600s all the way up to the 1900s. So that was kind of interesting. We went to that. But what the weird thing about that is that at the entrance and at the exit of this museum, they had this life-size bust of Glenn Beck. And it was kind of this, I don't know, little styrofoam-looking thing with it was just white. And they had the little video projectors. They were projecting Glenn Beck's shoulders and face onto this little mannequin thing. And it was just, if you didn't think Glenn Beck was creepy before, it just kind of looked creepy to have this, here he's doing these, he's talking, and then he's making expressions. But he actually, when they shot the thing, he couldn't move his head at all because it was supposed to stay stationary on this little sculpture thing, and just kind of being very expressive, but again, not moving his face, but moving his eyes and his. It was weird. Anyway, trying to make jokes, and the way they had it set up when we went in there, the sound was turned down anyway, so all you could see was the face of Glenn Beck talking and making all these expressions. Couldn't hear what he was saying, but anyway, we went to that. We got in free because of our association with Colonial Flag, and then so we take a little Abby around with us. Just be cute for us, will ya? Yay! Show everybody how cute you are. Yeah, okay. We're gonna have to just teach her how to use all this gear. So we were at the 4th of July, and we saw relatives and things, and Abby got passed around and all these people that thought she was adorable. And then we went out to this thing the next night, to this Glenn Beck American Museum thing that he did. And then Saturday, Amy and I went shopping while Grandma watched Abby. And then Sunday, getting ready for church, and all of a sudden, little Abigail had like a 24-hour flu bug thing, and she was just vomiting a lot. So we didn't go to church. We we took her down to see a doctor instead, just to make sure everything was okay. So we don't know if we blame that on, the 4th of July, being around all those people, or being all around those Glenn Beck people, or what. But she's okay. She was just, the 24-hour bug thing. Meantime, maybe I should cut this off and then make another file for my recent movie reviews. Because I've been to the movies a couple of times lately. Actually, I've been to the movies 4 times in the last 6 weeks or so. Which is a lot for me lately. It's quite a bit for me. 4 times. Not just wait for Netflix, but actually go. So I'll make another video to tell you about the movies. The first use of caulking will be to attach the top pieces to the side pieces. One installer gently lifts each side of the top pieces without changing their locations, while another installer puts in the caulking. As with any use of caulking, it's important to neatly wipe off the excess, leaving only a clean, smooth bead. Now they'll start the process of filling all of the other gaps and smoothing the caulking before it sets up. The gap between the bottom edges of the flagpole surround and the concrete pad on the ground should also be filled. As you can see, the finished flagpole surround has a clean, crisp look that will enhance the entrance to this business for many years to come.